Hey guys, it is your reigning and defending World Heavyweight Champion of the entire world, Hardcore Harry. I promised you in the last video that things are going to get a little weird. I'm going to try some new things, do some more things that are a little weird. So this might not be that weird depending on what type of viewer you are. Some of you might think it's actually kind of cool, but a lot of you might think this is really strange, and that's okay. Like I said, I'm going to get a little strange. So as you know, if you've been watching, and if you haven't been, as you could probably guess, I'm a huge fan of professional wrestling. I'm also a big fan of acting. I don't think I'm very good at it. I'd like to. I'd like to be able to change characters and do whatever, like just change things up for YouTube if I want to, skits or anything else, or just in being weird, just change it up and I don't know, try out my actor range. So practice makes perfect, right? Right? Of course it does. Practice makes perfect, so I'm going to start practicing, and this is going to be the beginning of it. This is going to be the first one. It's the only one I'm going to do like an intro to, most likely, just because it's the first episode. But a little promo practice. So I'm going to practice with some wrestling promos. I've kind of told you guys before with this belt, it kind of makes me feel a lot more confident, just in general. I don't know why, but I figure, you know what, I have the belt, I got the venue, I got a microphone in front of me, I got a camera right there. Why not, I got an audience and you guys, why not do some promos, screw around a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do. I guess let's get into it, right? Let's get into it. Legends are born, not made. And I'm the firstborn legend of this generation, and by the looks of it, probably the last one. I'm the modern day nature boy Ric Flair. And you might look at me and say, where's your Armani suits? How are you Ric Flair? No Armani suit, no Rolex, no crocodile lizard skin shoes. How are you Ric Flair? You bought your championship, you didn't earn it. How are you Ric Flair? Well, here's how I'm Ric Flair. Let me tell you why people want Rolexes and Armani suits and lizard skin shoes. Let me tell you why people want championships. They want these things because Ric Flair did them, because Ric Flair wore them. The NWA Championship, the WCW Championship, the WWE Championship, all belts that Ric Flair's held. That's the reason why people want them. Because they want to be like Ric Flair. The clothes don't make the man. The belt doesn't make the man. The man makes the belt a championship. The man makes the clothes. That's why so many people want the Rolexes. That's why so many people want to style and profile down that aisle. That's why people want to hold these championship belts. Let me tell you a little story, a little wrestling history here. Ric Flair put a $25,000 deposit down on the NWA Championship, as was required at that time of their champions. That money was used to buy the big gold championship, ipso facto, owned by Ric Flair. Left WCW, went to WWF, was proclaimed the real world champion. Eventually, legal battle ensued, whatever. Ric Flair was paid money. They shipped the belt back, and that was the mistake there, and the mistake that I'm not going to make. That was the mistake that he made, because the fact that that belt was on his shoulder is what made that the real world heavyweight wrestling champion. That belt didn't make him a champion. That man made that belt a championship. And that's what I'm doing. This shoulder right here that this rests upon, that is what makes this belt a championship. You could say I paid for it, I spent money on it, it doesn't matter. This is a championship because I am the embodiment of a champion. You look at my clothes, let's talk about that. Roots of Fight hoodie. This already is what everybody wants to wear. And even more so now that I wear it. It's not really a coincidence that once I started up a YouTube channel, all of a sudden Roots of Fight was everywhere. Not a coincidence. You see, this watch, this smartwatch, that could do more than any Rolex could ever hope to do. That's class. It's also ingenuity, and it's useful. You want to talk about the lizard skin shoes here? Let me show you shoes. These are shoes. These these Nikes, these fresh kicks are going to be way more, and already are, way more sought after than any pair of lizard skin shoes. This t-shirt, this Bullet Club t-shirt. I said, oh, look, how's that classy? It's a t-shirt. Let me tell you how it's classy. This represents everything that I am and why I have a closet full of these shirts. This represents a group of guys who got over in spite of the machine. Not just without the help of the WWE machine, but in spite of it. And that's what I'm going to do. That's why this represents me, and that's why this represents a real championship. Soon, very soon, the subscribers don't show it yet, but they will. Soon, very soon, I will be the next big thing. I already am the next big thing, but soon the subscribers are going to show it. And WWE is going to have to take notice. And, well, at the very least, the question will be there. Who is the real world champion? Who is the real champion? That's the question that will be asked. That's best case scenario for WWE. More likely, people are just going to recognize who the real champion is. But at the very least, they'll have to start questioning it. They'll have to question who's the real champion. And then, you know what? That's when I get the phone call, the knock on the door, the whatever it is from Vince or Triple H or Stephanie or whoever wants to show up asking me, hey, stop showing the belt. You know, it's hurting our brand. It's hurting our championship. It's making you look like you might be the world champion when you're not. And I'm going to say, well, obviously I am. But you know what? A fighting champion I will be. If you guys want to give me a contract and give me access to the machine to further my career, then gladly I will put this on the line against whatever champion they want to put me up against. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference because at the end of the day, I'm going to walk out with it anyway. And if I don't, I'll buy another one. And once again, the same thing. This shoulder makes this a championship. It doesn't matter. Does not matter. But I'm not going to lose, so I don't have to go into that. I make this a championship. I make this the style. I make these shoes even more sought after than they already were. That's what being a champion is. And that's why I am the modern day Ric Flair. And if you can't see that, I feel sorry for you. Especially when I see you walking down the street dressed head to toe like this. That's all, folks. Don't just have a great day. Have yourselves a hardcore day.